It's going to be a lot of black-owned businesses who need Associated Bank Community Uplift Loan Program. I'm telling you that, especially if they're in Target. But anyway, you guys, we have to get into what Target got going on because I am highly perturbed at this. Okay, so on Friday, if y'all did not know, Target announced that it is shutting down its diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, also known as DEI, in addition to other equity initiatives, as President Trump signed a major executive order telling federal agencies to end their DEI programs and nudging private businesses to do the same. In addition to Target, Walmart, and Amazon, other companies like McDonald's, Ford, Harley-Davidson, and John Deere are said to be among those reducing and phasing out their DEI commitments in recent months. At Target, its DEI goals included hiring and promoting more women and members of racial minority groups and recruiting more diverse suppliers, including business owned by people of color, women, LGBTQ plus people, veterans, and people with disabilities. Reacting to Target's recent DEI rollback announcement, actress, author, social media personality, and entrepreneur Tabitha Brown has spoken out with other Black-owned brands and retailers with their products in major Targets rolling back their DEI programs. The owners are all warning the public about the consequences that come with boycotting these retailers. Tabitha Brown posted a nearly 10-minute video to her Instagram telling customers that by boycotting these retail giants, it will also have an adverse effect on the minority-owned businesses that are already several places behind non-minority brands. Do we have a clip from Tabitha Brown's 10-minute? This is just a snippet, but this is pretty much what Tabitha is trying to say.
To stop supporting said businesses. And say, I can't buy nothing from there.
We got the video too. Make sure you guys come onto our YouTube at 1017 The Truth so you guys can see the video
what that
of
does
Tabitha
is
Brown.
You take all our sales
the audio of it?
And they dwindle down. And then those companies get to say, your products are not performing.
There we go.
If we all decide to stop supporting said businesses and say, I can't buy nothing from there. Even the businesses who were affected by the DEI ban, right? What that does is you take all our sales and they dwindle down. And then those companies get to say, your products are not performing. And they can remove them from the shelves and then put their preferred businesses on the shelves. And then what happens to all the businesses who've worked so hard to get where they are? Then what happens, right?
All right, so Miss Tab is pretty much saying, y'all, that, hey, I understand that Target has come out and said they're getting rid of their DEI, and I understand that a lot of people are very upset and want to figure out what they can do in order to combat this. But she's also letting y'all know that if we do end up boycotting, because that was the main thing a lot of people have been saying is, I'm boycotting. I'm boycotting Target. I'm boycotting Walmart. I'm boycotting all of these brands and all of these companies who are getting rid of their DEI. And she understands that. And she says, if you want to do that, that is your business. Okay. However, just think about what that will mean for the Black-owned businesses and companies that are inside of these stores, specifically Target. Because like I had said earlier, Target in its DEI goals included recruiting more diverse suppliers, which means they were specifically looking for Black-owned brands, LGBTQ plus brands, and people just with disabilities to have their items inside of Target. So if you boycott Target, that's going to hurt their businesses. And I 100% agree with that, okay? I don't want to take away from the success and the potential success of another Black-owned company. And so I agree with her by saying if you are going to boycott, do it strategically and only shop the Black-owned brands that are in Target and that are in these other establishments. If you want to do it the right way, that is how you do it. Because if you do not, and you stop shopping altogether, they're going to take all of our products off of the shelves. We have to then figure out what to do with all of the product. That's going to cost even more money, and that's kind of putting us back even further. And I 100% agree with that. But I am so mad at Target, Ben. I am so extremely mad at Target because I literally just last week when we were talking about
you bigged them up.
Who did we talked about somebody last week, a company last week that had rolled back a lot of their DEI programs, and Target was on the list that did not do any of that yet. And I literally am like, oh my God, Target is that girl, Target is this, Target is that. But then they end up rolling it back like Walmart. That's what I keep saying. Getting rid of all their DEI. And it's so frustrating. It could be so extremely frustrating when you want to do good and you are like, man, we're finally getting these opportunities to be inside of these brands and to be inside of these stores and have our items be seen so we can make a lot of money. There are a lot of Black-owned brands inside of Target. Like one of the women I even interviewed when I went to Curl Fest back in the day from the Lip Bar. Yeah. Dang, what is her name? I think I have it here. Melissa Butler. Yeah, Melissa Butler from the Lip Bar. She's one of the largest Black-owned brand cosmetic companies inside of Target. All of them have to think now, like, hey, what are we going to do? Like, we are relying on people to go inside of Target and buy our products, buy the things that we have up there. So we can't afford for people to not go ahead and still go to Target. So if you guys are planning on boycotting, which I want to know, do y'all even think this is something that we should do, is really take a stance on this and be like, I'm not doing it no more. And if I do it, I'm going to be strategic about it. Do y'all think that's a good idea to only shop Black inside of Target or inside of all of these stores that are rolling back their DEI?
You know, honestly, Juice, my big thing behind all this whole DEI that is happening, everybody's rolling back on their DEI, what is it all for? You know what I'm saying? What is it all? Why are they rolling back on DEI so hard? Like, is it all just because of Trump, or is it more so because, you know, a lot of these companies want to preserve the establishment's agenda? You know what I'm saying? When I say that, it's like, you know, they want to make certain that other races and creeds and ethnicities never get the fair share that they should have here in America. Whether you are Black, whether you are gay, whatever case may be, it seems like to me that now it's almost everybody's discriminated against you making your buck. You know, and they want to make certain that all these other white companies can still have their product and sell their things.
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of all of that. Because honestly, this was a choice for Target to do this.
Yeah,
because Trump was saying the federal agencies had to roll back the DEI. They never said that stores had to get aligned with that. The retail stores and all these other places. They did not say that, hey, McDonald's, you need to roll back your DEI. That is a choice that all of these companies are making on their own because they want to be in alignment with whatever this new administration has going on. I think it also has to do kind of like how we're seeing a lot of media personalities roll back on their ideas of, you got Stephen A. talking about, oh, me voting for Kamala, I was a fool. You know,
and he on a whole press run saying,
like going on all these shows talking about I should have never voted for Kamala. You got Snoop. He said something this weekend. I didn't even pay attention. I just kept scrolling.
Just mind your business. That's what he said. He said, mind your business. Let me get my life right.
Everybody is trying to get aligned now with this administration. I don't know if it's out of them being scared. Are they like, hey, I don't know if we go against the grain, will Trump try to take money from us? But all of this is a choice, and I'm peeping it all. And I'm not going to forget this. But 833-212-1017. We actually have Black Conscious on the line. So let's get to Black Conscious. What's poppin', Juicy Jammer? And good morning.
What up, BC? How you doing?
Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Knowledge yourself in good health because it's a glorious day to be alive. And y'all better call this day for what it is. That's why it's important to get out and vote. Y'all talking about y'all don't know this and that. Now look what you're faced with. And you ain't even seen the tip of the iceberg yet. So don't get mad at these companies. Don't do that. And because we need to stop saving one master only to be passed on to the next master. If they close your stop, if they take your stuff off the shelf, let's go find a place that we can all come together and open a new Target. That's all you got to do.
I get it,
we go
BC.
Find another. No. You know you don't because you're finna start off with a butt.
I am.
Ain't no to it.
I am.
Listen, right now, here's what we do. Right now, go stock up and buy all those products and have yourself a little shelf that whenever they shut down, you at least have those supplies that you love. Or how about this? Get to know the people, because it's going to happen. There's going to be a lot more than Target rolling back stuff, because
100%.
the veil has been snatched off. So we're coming into some times, you better believe it and recognize it when you see it.
BC, let me ask you
And
this.
all that 20, go ahead, my brother.
Let me ask you this. How long do you think it's going to take before these stores start putting colors only? You know what I'm saying? White only signs. 'Cause that's
Especially
what it
during
seems-
Black History Month,
That's
bro.
what it seems like it's going to be, man. You know?
Hold on. They already doing that.
Uh-huh.
Walmart, when they lock up certain items, it's already been done subliminally.
Interesting.
Pay attention, my brother. Certain stores, you can go out in certain Walmarts in certain areas, they don't do that. But check it. So we don't. That's another subject. But listen, pay attention to those flags. Don't you see this person walking right here?
Who?
Nah, that's mad wild.
No, I'm driving.
I'm
driving.
what's
all good.
going on, BC?
Thank you, and you be safe while you're driving, okay? Be safe,
Yeah,
and
thank you,
God
Black
bless.
Coaches.
Hey, peace. Live righteous, Milwaukee.
All right, thank you. All right,
Damn,
we have to.
my hairline is kind of messed up on this YouTube. I'm looking at my line, and I need to get lined up, bro.
I'm glad you know. We are going to continue this conversation about Target rolling back its DEI. And we really need to have a conversation of what is it that we are going to do about all of this. Are we boycotting as far as only buying these Black-owned brands inside of the stores? Let me know some. 833-212-1017. We got more on the other side. Keep it locked to Jammin' with Juice.
Don't touch that dial. You are jamming with Juice on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Like and subscribe to our 1017 The Truth YouTube channel.
Welcome back, everybody. You are sipping on Jammin' with Juice. We're talking about Target rolling back its DEI programs, which is more than likely going to end up affecting a lot of the Black-owned brands inside of Target who retail there. Tabitha Brown is one of them, and she went to her social media to let people know, like, hey, if you guys are going to choose to boycott Target, make sure you do it in a strategic way where you only shop the Black-owned brands that are inside of there. And actually, I have found a page on Instagram. I'm going to pull it up for you guys so you guys can see it or can look it up yourselves. But the page is called Strike for All, and they have a post that is up right now that says boycott Target by only buying minority-owned brands, and they actually have an entire list, and I hope it's a full list, but they have a really large list of the Black-owned brands that are inside of Target so you guys can know who exactly to buy when you are inside of Target. Just a few to name. They have The Do, which is one of my favorite hair care brands. You have Tabitha Brown, TLB, Honey Pot, Afro Unicorn, Mocktail Club, Ben's Boys, Scotch Boys, just a few that I'm naming here. But go to Strike for All on Instagram. You can see an extensive list of some of the Black-owned brands. And I know there are going to be other lists that people are going to make to, let people know what are the Black-owned brands inside of Target if we do this correctly. But to BC's point, with him saying, like, why don't we start our own Target? Why don't you just buy a couple of products? I get that, but, like, with hair care products, that only lasts for a certain amount of time. And also, Tabitha Brown even said in her videos, long 10 minutes, I watched the entire 10 minutes, but she was just saying, like, yes, eventually we do need to figure out some other store that we can make, but that takes time. That's not something that you can do overnight as far as, hey, let's just stock up on what they got now and then put it in another place. Like that does not happen tomorrow. That is a strategic plan that has to be put together, and in the meantime, you should just buy Black-owned brands inside of the Target.
I mean, honestly,
that makes sense to me.
I think you should buy the Black-owned brands inside of Target, but we do need to figure out how to build up our own infrastructure. I told you this before. When it came down to Trump becoming our president, look, I'm not for necessarily Trump being our president. However, I do feel like it was better for Black America because these are the types of conversations we were having when when he was president before. Now we're trying to figure out and start conversations around how do we have our own, make our own Targets? How do we have our own stores where we shop black? Where we shop and spend our dollars buying products that help the dollar circulate around in our communities that much longer. That's what we need to actually happen. That's the long term. But short term, go ahead and buy everything black from Target. Yeah.
Go ahead and do that. We have more conversations on the other side that we're going to get into. DJ Academics, y'all. DJ Academics is being lit up right now for some comments he was making on a stream with a 15-year-old boy. We're going to have to get into that one on the other side. But if you guys also want to chime in on the Target conversation, 833-212-1. Welcome back, y'all. And welcome in. In case you guys missed it, let me give you guys a quick little recap of what we talked about in hour 1. Why are you punching the air?
Cause that's how this record make me feel.
Like you want to fight?
Yeah, like when she say I got hands for a girl.
I hope you don't fight like that.
Hey, that's how y'all fight though, right?
I don't know. Girls, we need to be more strategic with our fighting. Yeah. But anyway.
Grab her here.
In hour 1, in case you missed it, we highlighted the 2 teams that are going to Super Bowl 59. Shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. We got 2 black quarterbacks going to the Super Bowl, and they are going to do a rematch. And it's a really important thing, y'all, because the Chiefs, they are trying to win 3 in a row. It has never been done in NFL Super Bowl history, and it would be cool if Patrick Mahomes can pull it through as I was about to say a somewhat black man. He's black, but as a black man to be able to do that. But also shout out to Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and all of them and the Eagles. I'm wishing everybody luck. That's all I'll say about that one.
I will say this: it is going to be a super black event, though, because we do got Kendrick Lamar at the
black.
So, yeah.
During Black History Month. Yeah. We also talked about the fact that MPS is searching for their new superintendent, and the Milwaukee Board of School Directors are scheduled to meet today to review applications and conduct interviews for the position of superintendent of the schools. Now, it's only going to be online. It is not an in-person meeting, so if you guys want to attend it, which in this article, I don't even see a time for it, or a direct link that I can say, but if you search it up on Google, I'm sure it can come up for you. We also talked about DJ Unk from Atlanta passing away at 40 years old. We got this news, I think it was on Friday, soon after the show, but he was 40 years old, passed away from cardiac arrest, and we just want to say rest in peace to him because he has a lot of songs that we used to like and listen to, from like Walk It Out to Two Step and more. Songs are always going to be played. It's always going to be lit. So rest in peace to him. Prayers to his family. Last but not least, we talked about Target rolling back their DEI initiatives and programs and efforts because they don't care about us no more. And it has caused a lot of uproar on social media, specifically around Tabitha Brown. Honestly, I feel like the backlash that's coming at Tab, just because she said, hey, make sure if you guys boycott, be strategic about it because you could be hurting the black-owned businesses inside of there. I think the reason why she's even getting pushback is because people didn't watch that 10-minute video. And they was only going to listen to the snippets that were posted on other people's social media platforms, other blogs and things like that, who obviously did not give the full scope of what she was trying to say. But I am all for people just shopping with the black-owned businesses that are at Target, but I will say that we need to come together somehow and figure out what it is that we want to do as a group collectively. Mm-hmm. Because one thing, I was going to save it for my drop of juice, but I'm going to just say it right now. With MLK Day being last week, and we talked a lot about, just Martin Luther King, and we have brought up the idea of integration and just what we can do to move forward as a people. I will say that me personally, I feel like we have been on the coattails of our historian figures for way too long. And I feel like we have been utilizing the advancements that they have done for us I think we have run it dry. And I think it is time for us as people, Black people specifically, to figure out a way to get out of this ourselves. And I understand we can't just have like an actual leader to come out, because you see what happens when we have specific leaders that they know about, they end up killing them. So we have to find a way to be strategic and take the baton and figure out new ways to make things work for us and in our favor.
Right.
Because for too long, I think we have relied on the Malcolm X's and the Martin Luther Kings and the Rosa Parks and the Harriet Tubmans, and we kind of have gotten stagnant. We've gotten complacent with where we are. And I just think that it is a new era, and you see that, again, they don't care about you, and we have to figure out a way to make it work for ourselves. Now, I don't think that it's going to be as easy. Well, no. It wasn't easy. But I think it's going to be a little bit harder now because we don't have like a collective idea of what it is that we even want as Black people. Because I've seen some people on my Facebook like, yeah, I can't do that boycotting Target. I need it too much. Or, yeah, I can't boycott no McDonald's. I like McDonald's. You know, and it's like, we're so weak now. I think we are so extremely weak, and we are so extremely just about ourselves to the point where it's like, we can't come together on nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We can't come together on nothing. Because we all just want whatever it is that we want. It's like, well, I'm finna still go to my Walmart. And I get it. Like, there aren't a lot of stores that you guys can shop at right now, which is what I was just telling Ben. I'm like, man, I feel like we got a little bit too reliant on these. Yeah, we got too comfortable with these companies thinking like, oh, it's okay. Like, we got this here, we got that there. We don't need to, like, we should have been taking this time to strategically plan something for our own people, for our own selves, because a lot of the civil rights stuff that was going on back in the day, they're trying to get rid of it.
Very true.
So we need new people to step up to the forefront, and maybe not publicly, because I don't want anybody to get injured, because, you know, we're trying to start a new revolution. But I definitely do think we have rode on the coattails of our ancestors for way too long. And it's time for us to take that baton and do something with it and figure out how we can move forward and protect ourselves. I don't know how that will happen, because it seems like we're so distant from one another now, but we can't keep going back to just Martin Luther King. Mm-hmm. We can't keep just being like, well, Rosa Parks did this for us. Okay, well, who gonna do something now? Right. And we do have a few people, don't get me wrong. Like, I've seen a lot of people who are fighting to do like a revolution type situation, but we need to more so be together with that. Like, we can't keep just being comfortable where we at. And it's time that we, new generation, take that baton and move it further. Starting now. It ain't gonna be me, because I don't have no ideas.
I mean, but you're part of the revolution.
I'm part of it, but I'm saying I ain't gonna be the leader right now. What do we do?
T-Lo. Figure
it out. But I'm just saying, like, it makes me so sad that all of this is going on like this, because like Tab was saying, like, I don't want to get rid of the moment that these new Black-owned businesses who are going to be in Target, especially Black History Month is around the corner. You know, they have some type of shelving that's going to be for Black-owned brands. I just saw a video the other day of this woman super excited, like a day before all this Target stuff happened, super excited that her items were going to be a part of the Black History Month area at Target. And so I get that we need them for right now to support each other. But I'm just saying, we got to figure out a way to have a new revolution, because we can't just keep talking about what happened back in the day. While important, we in a new day and age now, and we working with new people, new administration, and they not playing. Like, they're not playing. So
I mean, honestly, Juice, that's true. Just last week, Donald Trump rolled civil rights back to 1964. So we just went 50 years back in time. So, you know, all the progression we have made is a lost cause now. And it's like, what do we do?
Yeah, we need new stuff, new ideas.
But I think it's what you just said, though. We do need a group together. We do need to figure out ideas to boycott all over again. That's kind of, you know, in our DNA to do, you know, especially when things are going in our favor. And I think that's something we need to tap back into.
Yeah.
You know, we all got these phones. I think it's, you know, it'd be imperative for us to figure out these different groups we can make, you know, and actually have our own little conversations amongst each other. You know, that's how the J6ers got together.
No, for real.
That's how January 6 folks got together. They was all on these little forums, all on these little websites. We didn't even know January 6 was about to happen. Rest of America ain't know January 6 was about to happen. J6ers knew it was about to happen because they was together. How come we can't move as a unit like that?
Exactly. You know? And it's like, it might take time, y'all. Like, do y'all know how long that boycott was?
Yeah.
Like, do you know how long they had to boycott? 381 days. I looked it up specifically.
Okay.
It lasted longer than a year where they were boycotting. Do you think that our our people today is boycotting anything for a year.
I think we can, though.
A year?
I really believe we can. I think we can. It just has to be important.
Like Dr. Umar said, some people gonna have to get left behind.
True.
Like some people gonna have to get kicked off.
I think it can happen, especially when we talk about 2020 and the Black Lives Matter movement. People were actually on the move, doing whatever they needed to do to make certain that people's voices were heard. And I think with that being said, it just takes time for us to be able to communicate again. I think what ended up happening between 1964 and now. There's been a lot of distractions happening. It's been a lot of hey, we're good because we can all shop at Target. We're good because we can go all at Walmart. But like you said before, Juice, the whole time we weren't building anything for ourselves, right?
No infrastructure.
We were being entertained by BET. So that got bought out by white demographics.
And they knew how to separate us by dangling money in front of some black people and not others. It's like even with the record labels and stuff, it's like if you want to rap or if you want to make this type of content in your lyrics, I'll give you $1 million. And it's like, I got it for myself and my family. I'm straight. But it's like, what about everybody else, bro?
Yeah, and you also got to think about the crack era and what that did to pull us away from each other. That was a biochemical warfare.
Yeah, it feels like I don't want to say it feels like we started from like nothing again, but it somewhat feels like that because at least back in the day before integration, Black people were circulating their own money within each other, but they were doing somewhat well for themselves. And then obviously that all came to a complete stop. But now I don't feel like we are all as well off as we were before integration.
We just weren't. We're just not as unified as we once were.
I'll say we're not as well off either. Like, we're not as well off.
I would say they had to be richer because, old people still got their homes and stuff, but our generation's still trying to buy some. You know what I'm saying? So that tells you everything about, where our generation is versus our elders. But call in Truth Nation, 833-212-1017. What is Target thinking by rolling back their DEI?
And is it time for a new revolution? Do you want a revolution? Woo! Blake, what is poppin', Juicy Jammer? And good morning.
I'm proud of both of y'all. Happy New Year's. I ain't talked to y'all since y'all got y'all show. And
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you.
I'm glad you got better being use your voice because when you use your voice, you take a while to get some chords back. You say your famous quote in the morning. But it's amazing. I'm proud of y'all. And just keep up the work. See, what we're doing is called camaraderie.
Yeah.
We don't have trust in the black. We don't have trust in the black nation no more. Everybody was in love with Mandela. Then he got free. He just died old. Nobody ever did nothing. But when he was in jail, they did the movement. When Vaughn was in jail, they was outside and they was downtown. They playing kids in front of the police department, man. And he still got out.
Right.
It has to be a movement that they know we're not playing. And that's the thing about it. Everybody not. It's like Kendrick finally made a song. A lot of people not like us, man.
Nah,
that cost is cut, and there ain't that many of us left. So if we're gonna be there, it's gonna get done. A lot of people that can be on the front line are scared because of what they have to lose. But if we go conglomerate, and if we go incorporate, then that way they can't hurt the individual family. They have to hurt the individual group. And that's when we have a war and battle in generals and corporate can fall. So that's how y'all got all the tools that y'all looking for. Y'all have them. Y'all said them. They just have we can't turn them up for positive. And if black people don't have trust, no matter who we got to buy from, come to Walmart, it'll never be us.
Thank you so much, Blake. Appreciate you. B in our YouTube chat says, "What's the number? 833-212-1017. Do you want a revolution? Woo woo! Let's go to the lines and head to Epiphany. Oh, I like that name. What's poppin', Juicy Jammer? Good morning.
About to spit that fire.
Good morning. Good morning. So I was calling because I don't know if y'all are familiar with Hillman TikTok. I don't know if y'all got put onto that yet.
Human TikTok.
Hillman or human?
Hillman, HILLMAN.
Okay.
What is it? Put us on.
It is, yes. So it is like a revolutionary thing, of course, because we always start the movement. We are the movement. So it's a beautiful thing where a lot of black professionals are getting on TikTok and like you can literally enroll in their classes or electives, and it's amazing. Everything from financial literacy to building wealth to emotional intelligence to, any kind of class that you have ever thought you wanted to take in college, is professionals that are literally enrolled. They have syllabus courses.
What?
You get
on TikTok?
You get a pass or yes, it is literally life changing and amazing. I'm at like 13 courses right now. So.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to look that up. Thank you, Epiphany.
What's been your favorite lesson that you've learned, Epiphany, from the Hillman TikTok?
Oh,
this Black TikTok.
I have. Yes, so I have two. The first is that the building a legacy, building wealth, because these are professionals that have already done this and did the legwork, and they are teaching us this basically for free.
Okay.
And I did not know so many things about, deeds and wills and estate planning and stuff of that nature. I never really knew about that because I didn't grow up with money.
That's okay.
Yeah, and the second was about emotional intelligence. That has been a big one for me because it is showing how to be in tune with yourself in the midst of all the chaotic things that's going on out here. How to still deal with just you and keep yourself grounded. And I think that's amazing.
That's beautiful.
And I mean, they have everything, because you know how Black people are. We got everything from skating to dancing to cosmetology to gut health. I mean, anything that you ever thought you wanted to learn, it's on there, and it's under Hillman University, and it's amazing.
Period. Thank you so much.
I thought in this day and time that it was just it's very pertinent for us, in particular, our group, because we can get lost in what's going on, but just keeping ourselves to ourselves. I mean, we always, we're very resilient people, and it just shows that. So if you haven't heard about it yet, please check it out.
Thank you so much.
I think y'all would like that.
Thank you so much, Epiphany. God bless you, and be safe today.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, and good
y'all
morning.
Too. Stay warm.
God bless you.
You know what's crazy is I always wanted to go to Hillman.
Hillman University?
Yep. You know where that's from?
That's the Cosby Show.
Yes, bro. I swear to you, I was the biggest Cosby Show stan. And I'm like, bro, I want to go to an HBCU. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. Shout out to the Cosby Show and A Different World, because it made me wish I went to an HBCU when I was watching it. I'm like, oh my God, I just want to experience this. But again, what are you about to say?
Well, and you wonder why they got rid of that programming.
Of course, exactly. Because now what? But again, even with this new Hillman, what did she say? Hillman TikTok?
Hillman University TikTok.
On TikTok, it's still on TikTok. So now if TikTok goes away, what we gonna do?
Right.
All of our things, and it's not everything, because there are some people with their own courses and stuff, but like most of the things of where we're at is on somebody else's platform, whether that be Instagram, whether that be Facebook, whether that be we're just on somebody else's platform.
It is interesting.
So we can't get too comfortable. Like, I think they know that we're pawns right now. We're like, oh yes, we got them where we want them. They're utilizing everything for us. They're utilizing all the things that we gave them. And it's like, bro, forget you. But anyway, how y'all feeling about Target? 833-212-1017. On